doing what's best for me and what's right for me. And I've been doing this for a little minute now, since I was 7 years old. This is the first camp I can, like, you know, enjoy myself and be back. My headspace that I'm in now is way better than what I was before, and that's the only thing that mattered to me. Calvin believed in me. Calvin believed in me no matter what. That's what was the important piece of me staying focused, and I know I have somebody that's counting on me. Calvin was making sure that I was on the right track, and whoever go against me, Calvin was standing beside me. You know what I mean? Calvin was that guy that had my back for sure.
When you talk about Gervonta Davis, you're talking about a fighter who doesn't just punch, he detonates. Tank is the type of guy who turns sparring sessions into search parties because people start looking for where their soul went.
Because in boxing, anything can happen. That's like this fight. It's a different type of fight. Anything can happen, you know? But it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a fight.
Yeah. He's tough. You know, he's fast, he's strong. He's someone in his prime. He's hungry, you know what I mean? He's not someone that's like a walking duck, you know what I mean? He's someone he's coming to win. You know what I mean? He got that mentality that he want to win. Like he's a great opponent. I feel as though he's gonna be champion one day.
Every move he makes in camp right now screams obsession. He's not smiling. He's not playing around. He's sharpening every tool like a man preparing for war. Rumors say he's bringing in middleweights, light heavies, even heavyweight-sized partners, and not just surviving those rounds, dominating them.
That's why I will never get too hyped about the win after I win, because it's like you always got to do something over and over again till you're done. And it's always gonna be somebody next, somebody next, somebody next. So I feel as though I don't have to prove myself to these people.
That's not a man treating Jake Paul like a YouTuber. That's a champion preparing for someone who could actually threaten him with size and power. Gervonta's training, like his pride's on the line, not just his paycheck, and when that happens, somebody usually ends up flatlined. But on the flip side, Jake Paul ain't walking into this fight as the influencer kid anymore. He's walking in as a full-grown problem. Say what you want, but the man's built an empire off defying logic. He's been hit, he's been tested, and somehow he keeps coming back bigger, stronger, and louder.
If you think you've done a hard boxing training session and you've got another one the next day because fighters train like once, twice, even 3 times a day, you're going to recover faster. If you recover faster, what happens? You perform better on the next session. So let's just say an average boxer is progressing like this because they're not recovering properly. Jake Paul is recovering and progressing like this. We've seen how fast he has progressed, whether you like him or not.
Now he's chasing a storm named Gervonta Davis, and he's doing it with a smirk that tells you everything. He's turned this so-called exhibition into a global event, even throwing in a KO bonus just to make sure there's real smoke. Jake knows the cameras love chaos, and he's betting that his power can shock the world again.
I'm already a legend from where I came from or what I've done. Like, I done been through mad stuff, like sleeping on floors, crack house, all that type stuff. Like, I've been through all that. I ain't gotta prove nothing to nobody else.
So while Davis is fighting to prove that boxing still belongs to boxers, Jake's fighting to prove that heart, hustle, and hype can rewrite the rule book. Either way, something historic's about to explode. And right after talking about Tank's ruthless mindset heading into Jake Paul, we get a masterclass in confirmation. Shawn Porter and Jordan Chapman breaking down exactly why Gervonta's power isn't just hype, it's headline news.
Is Tank power really that crazy? Yes. Yes. But you have to understand, what you have to understand is it's 135 pound crazy. So he can whack at 135 pounds, he can whack like he's a middleweight. That power that he carries for the weight class he's in is serious.
Porter's sitting there basically saying, yeah, Tank hits like a middleweight trapped in a lightweight's body. And I'm like, bro, that's not a compliment. That's a warning label. The man's got that kind of power that doesn't even make sense on paper. You know when a PlayStation controller vibrates too hard and you start checking if it's broken? That's Tank's left hand in real life. And what I love most is the part Porter nailed perfectly. Tank's not just strong, he's surgical. He's doing math in real time, calculating range and angles like a walking algorithm with gloves.
Here's what y'all don't know about, or maybe y'all do. I'm gonna just say it. Tank is a master at range and distance.
Oh,
but a lot of fighters, they establish the range and the distance with the jab and with combinations and things like that. He just feel it.
dude, it was amazing. That's why I love watching him, bro. I love watching him for that reason.
Yeah, because you can see him thinking.
Ooh.
Yeah.
While most fighters are out there throwing combos, hoping something lands, Tank's in there like, nah, I'll wait, download your entire strategy, then crash the system with one counter. You can literally see him thinking in the ring, patient, unbothered, dangerous. It's like watching a lion blink slowly before pouncing, and by the time you realize he moved, you're already halfway through your post-fight interview. Tank's not just powerful, he's precise. That's what makes him terrifying.
Because I said, yo, this kid is no game. I said, he sizes you up. I said, you don't understand. Yo, Tank be calculating as he go.
Computer.
It ain't low. I'm gonna go back to the corner and I'm gonna make adjustments. Yo, he makes them on the fly.
And just when you thought Shawn Porter's breakdown couldn't be topped, boom, Bernard Hopkins walks in like the professor of pain management and says, Jake Paul, that's not boxing. And you can feel the temperature in the room drop, because when B-Hop talks about respecting the game, that's coming from a man who literally fought into his 50s and still looked like he could bench press a Buick. But here's the thing, I kinda get where he's coming from. Jake's world is built on spectacle, not sanctioning bodies. It's YouTube meets pay-per-view, a mix between Rocky and reality TV. But if we're being real, that's also why people show up.
It's not boxing, man. It's entertainment. It's fun. It's fun. It's a market out there.
Yeah.
And guess what? Let them have fun. But don't mix it up with boxing.
Yeah.
Boxing is a sport that needs to be respected. And when you start doing things that mimic boxing and try to give it credibility like boxing, I think that is a fine line and is a real dangerous to cross that, because that's entertainment, this is boxing.
Hopkins sees entertainment, we see opportunity. Jake's not trying to replace boxing, he's trying to hijack the algorithm. And the part that cracked me up, Hopkins comparing Jake's fights to two turtles racing. Bro, that's savage, but not wrong, because we have watched crazier stuff post-COVID. People binge watch paint drying on TikTok. You think they won't tune in to see Jake Paul swing at Tank Davis like a confused gym bro? Let's be honest, Jake might not have Hopkins level boxing IQ, but he does know how to sell a show, and in today's fight game, that counts for something. Still, when a legend like B-Hop says, don't confuse entertainment with boxing, we gotta listen, because you can chase clout all you want, but if you step into Tank's world thinking it's content, you're about to learn what upload failed really feels like.
There's a difference between entertainment, and you can get entertained in boxing, right? But entertainment, see, the mint changes it. Sure. So when you talk about Jake Paul and you talk about things like, I'm not saying they're not athletes.
Yeah.
I believe wrestlers are athletes because they can jump off the rope and they win 335 and 435 and they don't break their neck. Yeah. That's an athlete. I look at a lot of things as being athletically capable of doing it. But to say somebody's an athlete, you got to prove to me, who boxed for 28 years.
Yeah.
You could tell right away, Tank Davis isn't just talking, he's preaching. The man's sitting there calm, collected, but the energy, heavy. He's not here to play celebrity boxer or feed the internet headlines. He's talking legacy, loyalty, and real life stakes. The same guy who once fought for survival is now fighting to buy back his block, literally. And the way he said it, you could feel that Baltimore fire still living in him. Tank's like, yeah, I made millions, but now I'm investing back home. That's not PR talk, that's hunger evolved. You don't hear that from your average fighter. You hear it from someone who remembers the smell of every gym mat he slept near growing up, someone who turned the noise of the streets into the rhythm of success.
Oh, yeah. So how's that going?
It's going great. You know what I mean? We just got to go with the man more so we could just we'll talk with the man more so we can get more houses on the block. But it's going great. You know, it actually sparked this. I think it was pictures around of me, you know, on the block before. Then I came back with the Rafe and stuff like that. It was like, all right, cool. You did all that. Like, now it's time to, like, you know, do something more serious.
When Tank talks about giving back, you don't hear a speech, you hear a mission. But here's where it hits even deeper. Tank isn't flexing yachts or chains. He's talking ownership. You hear him say, buying back the block, and it's not just a quote, it's a mission statement, a declaration of control. He's out here talking about gyms, real estate, and creating something solid for his community. That's the kind of power play most fighters never even dream of because they're too busy chasing one more payday. Tank's chasing permanence, the kind that turns wealth into legacy. You can tell he's starting to think like a businessman, not just a knockout artist. The same focus he uses to time those fight-ending uppercuts is now aimed at long-term success. The guy who used to knock out dudes for respect now wants to build something that lasts longer than applause. And that right there, that's growth you can't fake.
So that's what really was the spark.
Do you have any further goals of investing in the city?
Definitely investing in the youth, but me personally, I don't want to sound crazy, but me personally, I'm only like helping things like that for people I care for. I can't just help just anybody. Like I'm past that stage now too. It's helping people. That's over with.
And honestly, that's where you see the difference between fighters who just want fame and fighters who want impact. Tank's already conquered the ring, now he's trying to conquer the system that built it. He's not chasing quick viral moments, he's building a foundation for the next generation. The same focus that had him breaking jaws at 135 is now aimed at property deeds, business ventures, and leaving something real behind. So yeah, call it maturity, call it evolution, but one thing's clear, Gervonta Davis ain't just fighting opponents anymore. He's fighting for his legacy, and he's doing it like only a real one can, quietly, smartly, and with that Baltimore grit still burning in his veins, round after round, deal after deal. And that's the wild beauty of this whole storyline. It's not just a fight, it's a collision of worlds. On one side, you've got Gervonta Davis, the cold, methodical destroyer, a man with Floyd Mayweather's defense, Mike Tyson's bad intentions, and a business mind sharper than ever.
What do you want your legacy to be, if you care? Because some interviews I see you say like, yeah, I don't care about this, I don't care about that. Where you stand on that?
It's just like, it's so up and down in the sport. When I say up and down in the sport, it's like a lot of people don't know, but it been 3 and 4 people in my weight class that been undisputed type of thing, and they held it for like only a couple months. I beat Ryan beat Devin was undisputed.
On the other, Jake Paul, the disruptor who refuses to accept limits, bringing Hollywood energy into a sport built on blood, sweat, and respect. You can call it spectacle, you can call it madness, but either way, it's must-watch. Because deep down, we're all asking the same question: can pure skill outclass raw power and hype, or is Jake crazy enough to rewrite boxing history one more time? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is this fight legacy or lunacy? Debate it, argue it, go off, and yo, don't ever forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters. We'll see you in the next one because this story, it's just getting started.